technical difficulties. Whoops. Whoops. I done dropped the whole phone. And that's the problem. We using the phone today. And I got to get this so it don't fall out of the stand. Sorry, guys. I forgot to charge the iPad. And it only has 5%. Oh my gosh. I can't even move my chair here. My stuff just moved on me when I moved. So let me readjust it. This is these projects I can't show yet. So, ouch. Just hit my foot. All right. Hopefully you all are having a great day.
Understood. Get yourself
I
a
thought
wedding
this was
dress.
on.
The wedding's tomorrow.
I
Deal.
thought I had volume down. Apparently not. All right, it's going to be one of those days, guys. Put this cup over. Well, it can just sit here because it's closed. So at least it's a twist on. So hopefully you all are having a great day today. I'm just trying to get into the chat so I can read your comments. I'm going to put this part on pause. Let's see. We've got Brenda Foley here, Quilt Gal, Betsy, Don Cunningham, Dolores Phelps, Maddie Barnum, Mary is here. And Maddie says she remembered her thumbs up, so thank you, ma'am. If you haven't already, please hit the thumbs up button. Darcy is welcoming all of you all to the chat. She says give T her thumbs up and subscribe. If you're new here, also hit the bell to get notifications. Also, if you're not subscribed, you cannot chat with us. So please make sure that you are subscribed. And then also check out the Facebook page, Teaquilts LLC. And there you need to answer 4 questions. If you don't answer the 4 questions, you will be denied. And I have been denying some pages if you are not in any other groups that I recognize as well, because I've been having spam people answering the 4 questions now. And yeah, and then they start posting bogus ads. So just be careful with answering the questions, how you answer them. Michelle the Quilter is here. Thank you so much. D. Branson, Vivian Calvey, Sue GSD says 305 days until 2025's retreat. She says she's still in the woods, but can watch but not participate. All righty. Thank you for the day count. Remo JS is here. Also reminding you all to show your love and support by hitting that thumbs up button for me, please. Nikki B is here. Who else? For some reason, my chat is stuck on my screen. Don't understand what's going on with that. Vivian's reminding you all to hit the thumbs up as well. Judy Smith is here. C Joy Creations. Minnie Dula. Melena Montoya. Carissa Renninger. And I'm going to have to go back out and come back in. And then this time I will put myself on all messages, because I already know I got to go out and come back in. It just is how it is. Sharon Lewis is here. Thank you as well. Jeff Galonia is here. Francis Jackson. Ray Mahone. Holly Duvall. Carla Ford. Holly, I got your stuff. I can't remember how it was. I think it was electronic. I got yours. Lana Dean is here. Thank you as well. June Hanson. Mona did what? A lot of y'all. Kevin Quilter. Claudette Bettis. Remo's working another D2M quilt. University of Kentucky. That's cool. Patricia Priest is here. Sheila Willis. And who else? Donna Taylor, welcome to the chat. I think that's your first time chatting, so thank you. She says hi from Oklahoma City. So welcome to the chat. And I think we're all done. Did I say Sheila? I can't remember. I think I did. But yeah. So tonight we're going to be working on more of these blocks. I don't know why I have chat stuck at on my screen, but it is. It is what it is. I'm using my camera from my phone, so you're going to probably have different reception tonight. Hopefully the microphone is working on the phone because I've never done it using my phone before, so hopefully it's working. So we're going to be working on, this is the main block of row cotton boll. I'm not giving any cut instructions because this is a 4-page pattern now. It was one of Bonnie Hunter's free patterns. You know, she uses her Facebook group where she gives out the free, well, her blog really, because it's just that's where people chat is in the Facebook group. But she uses her blog to, whenever she comes out with a new design, she uses them more as pattern testers. And so once it's been distributed, then it's a for sale pattern. So if you don't know about Bonnie Hunter, you're gonna be sewing a lot of pieces. And she starts this the day after Thanksgiving, I think, every year, and it goes till January or February, how many weeks it ever takes for her to get all the instructions out. So she releases a part every Friday. And you are more than welcome to go join her Facebook page, um, join her, read her blog. No, it's a blog, not a vlog. It's a blog, so you can do that on your own. So yeah, so I just need to make sure I'm not putting the same center fabric with the same like background fabric. I'm not putting the same background fabric on here with here. So that's the only thing that I'm doing, is just making sure that none of them are matching up. And then we do the same thing with my squares I'm going to put on. So that's all of these are different. This one looks so similar, so we'll just switch those two out. And then this fabric is used over here, and we'll put it there. And this fabric is used over here, so we'll put it there. And the rest of them are fair game. All right, so I just do that so I can know what's going with what. So now that I got these, I can just pick this stuff up and pull it out the way. I want to do the two that I've already used, the squares. I want to do those first. So all right, let's see who else. Let me pull this over just a little so I can see it. Well, if I do that, then you all can't see when I go to press. And then let me go back. Darcy is telling Kevin, happy anniversary to you and Miss T. We had Scrap Quilting Club today, which is the shirt that I have on today. Is We meet the fourth Saturday of each month. So that's what we had today. And Kevin, he told me at the meeting that we had been friends 7 years. It seemed like so much longer than that. Donna says, yes, I have watched for a while. Okay, awesome, awesome. All right, how did I put these on here? Up and down and left, right. So if this is going on here like this, I have a directional print. So then I go a little crazy trying to make sure that they're on here right. So that when they're on the quilt, they'll be going the same direction as the other pieces. It's not going to be in the same block though. But we just got to do that, because then it would drive me crazy if it's not going the right direction. So that's why I wanted to start with these. Put a pin on them. And I think this other one is directional too. I don't know what to do with this one because they going every way. I'm just going to sit them all upright. And that would be on this one. Okay. So have directional fabrics. You have to take a pause and make sure you sew it the way you want. So just putting little holding pins in this. And this one has no top or bottom, at least. Well, no east or west. It just has a top or bottom. So just to hold these. Hi, Donna. Handmade with by Ying with Donna. Welcome, welcome. Claudette Hall is here as well. Welcome. Donna Taylor says she's not used to extra Donnas. And I'm just reading your comments, Donna. I don't like reading them into chat, into the actual video. Phyllis G is here. And Joyce Sterling also. So yeah. So tonight, after I finish this live, I'll go ahead and put any of the retreat payments that I've received. I'll put those through because I'm doing them in bulk now because I have, wait a minute. Yeah. Trying to make sure I got them on the right one. Because since I'm having email issues, I can get about one good email out from Yahoo. I'm almost thinking it's probably some kind of virus or something. So I am going to start looking into replacing my desktop computer because I'm wondering, but then when I'm on my phone, it doesn't go either, but I'm going to try. I've been wanting to replace it anyway, so I'm going to try that first. But I don't know why I'm having difficulties with sending emails. It is so unreal. Also, I'm gonna be sending out notices for final retreat payment, but I'm gonna send it to everybody, whether you paid or not, because I'm gonna be giving you Gail Wason this email. Well, we said we were gonna set up something different, so I'll wait for that. We'll see. I'm gonna have somebody else, since I'm having difficulties with my email. Gail has attended every retreat I've ever had, and she's offered to do send out like a newsletter type thing for me. So I just basically, I can either set it up or I can tell her what I want to see, and then she'll make sure it goes out so everybody can get it. So that's kind of where we are headed, if you know, with this mail situation that I'm having. Some of my emails go out, some of them don't. Thank you, Donna. Sue Allen is here. I don't know if I'm going to QuiltCon yet. I haven't decided. Asking if Kevin and I are going. I haven't decided what I'm doing yet. I might. Uh, I might. I don't know yet. It depends. If Eric, if I can get in contact with Eric and he can help me out, I might go. We'll see. Melissa LePage is here. Welcome, welcome. Oops, I forgot to do the other side. I try to keep both of them together because when I go to put them on the blocks, I'll have them in some kind of order. I won't be searching for individual pieces twice. They'll both be together. So so I have been super busy. I've been going through some stuff, purging. I did go pick up my iPad, so now I got it charging. So had to get a new battery in the one that runs my long arm machine. So I thought I was going to start long arming this week, but I did not. So I used that time to sort some stuff. And that's done. So I'm glad, and it's working. So I just got it charging up, and I'll start Monday maybe. I'll have maybe 3 good days for charging before I need to move on to the next thing. Got a lot happening this week, so. I can't quilt every day this week. What else? Oh, I'll show you my H block quilt. I finished. I sold the top, and I'm not sure. I'm stuck on whether or not I want to put a border on it or not. I find another border. I have one border on it. I might want to put another like colorful border or scrap border on it. I'm not sure which one, but I have that. I'll show you that. And then I also worked on Retreat 2022's project where I taught the stack and whack class. And at that retreat, I didn't get to sew very much, so I sat my little self down. I came across a bag that had all these pieces in it. So I've got the majority of it pieced. I'm trying to figure out the fabric I want to use in my center. So I don't have every row done. I've got just top and bottom completely sewed. It's 5 rows. I got top and bottom completely sewed, and then the other 3 rows are partially sewed together because I need to insert some pieces. It's just the way that it's pieced together. You got to have the pieces that I'm unsure of in rows 2, 3, and 4. So, but I'll show you these. Let me just sew these on first so we at least get some sewing on the project that I want to do today. I got them sitting on my back chair right there. I can't even see them. So I already got them pulled out. And I had to fix a hole in my D2M quilt where something was sewed wrong. And that was fun. So I'm working on that as well. I've got the borders cut to size. I had cut the borders but never sewed them together or cut them to size. They're cut to size. I'm just ready to put the first border on, and then I'm going to put a second border on mine too. So on my D2M quilt. So it has the border that they recommend, but I want another one. All right, this can go on there. And the last set, I got my clip dish covered up with all of my string blocks and those machine embroidery blocks I made last time. So I can't even get to my clip container. So hopefully you guys have been having a great weekend as well. Also in the chat, don't forget to tell me what projects you all are working on tonight. If I remember tomorrow, I'll try to go outside and take some pictures. Well, no, I think I have pictures. I'll upload the pictures from my phone because we took pictures at Scrap Club of my H block quilt, and then I'll upload a picture of my stack and whack project so far on my design wall. So you can see that. I'll upload it into the Facebook group. All right, that's done. Now on these, I have to pin the mid sections because I pressed my seams open and I want to make sure that they don't move because I had all of these little bitty half square triangles. It'll make it easier for me to quilt. So I have to pin these so that so it doesn't move. I want them to match up. Hi, Jacqueline Basin. Welcome, welcome. Just pull them over this way so I don't have to turn so much. Okay. I'm trying to look over the top of my seam so I can see where the seams meet up. This is what happens when you're nearsighted and you wear bifocals. And you're up close to something, you got to, look at it a little different over the glasses at this point. I can see everything up close, but can't see a darn thing far away. All right, so we're just pinning. Get that part out the way. Then we can just run them through the machine. Thank you, June. Says, I like your block. Thank you, thank you. And Darcy says she is hand sewing the binding on the back of one of my quilts, but I had to stop because I put lotion on my dry hands and it kept sliding up the needle. I can understand. Brenda I am making a baby quilt with a pile of scraps that was on my cutting board. Decided to just do it. Also basic 3 quilts today. Such a beautiful day. Yes. So you've been busy and productive. June is laying out blocks from last year's block swap with Rita. And Quilts by Carmel. Hey, Joe Carmel. She says she's listening while she's working. Hey, Joe Carmel. Don is working on Legendary by Elizabeth Hartman, using various colored camouflage fabrics with Sizzix Tree Dye by Victoria Finley Wolf. So that's cool. If you gotta cut out a tree for applique, I'm sure that wouldn't be fun. So it's nice to have a dye for that. I have a few Sizzix dies that I use in my Go Cutter and or my Studio. You just have to have the right adapters to do that. And so yeah, I can basically cut just about everything on my Studio for sure. Um, Lana is working on non-quilt items. I'm making a lap cloth for a member of my church. It's for any who wants to make sure their knees are covered. So that's cool. They did that at my mom's church. And I think, when you're sitting on the front row too, you need something covering your little knees. When you're sitting on the front row of the pews. So I think it's a great idea. All right, one more set to pin. Um, Hi, Carol Williams. Welcome to the chat, saying her rent's paid as well. Thank you, thank you. Minnie, have you ever took a nap when you woke up, didn't know it was the same day? Yep. Today, I was up the last 2 nights, couldn't sleep. So I was up to basically like almost 7. And last night I did go to sleep maybe finally about 5. But I had my alarm set for 7:30 because I knew I had scrap club. So all I wanted to do today was sleep, but I had to get up and do this live. So um, let's see. I'll pin these, and then I will show you my. I don't even have the fabric in here because I left it on my cutting board. I have no fabric. It's on my long arm station, so I have no fabric to show you. But I'll show you my row of stack and whack. And this is it here. I don't know why. Is the color going in and out, or is it just on my phone that it's doing that? Let me see. I'm going to have to press play over here just so I can see what it's doing. But anyway, I'm going to have to come down here so you can see it. I can't tell where the end is because I got messages locked up on my screen. So you're seeing, if you see 3 stack and whack blocks, that's what you should see. And then I've got the edges. So you may not see all of the edges, but that's okay. So this is what I'm working on. This print, which you can hardly see, is an African print. And when you do stack and whack, you're cutting 6 layers. For this particular one, you're cutting 6 layers of fabric, and then you make like a kaleidoscope with them. So that's what some people call them, kaleidoscope quilts. Some people would call them a one block wonder because they can be set different ways. When I taught the class, I cut this to be used as a traditional method because I wasn't really planning on making another stack and whack right now. But and I guess I didn't because it was 2022's retreat where I taught it. But I had all of these pieces in a bag, so I sat down this week, Thursday and yesterday, and sewed this. So I got almost all the rows ready to be sewn, but I want an accent color off of this gold. Instead of putting gold around the center, I want to put a star in a particular color. So I got to figure out what I want to do that in. So that's what I'm waiting on right now. Um, that's one project. Let me read the chats just to make sure my screen isn't messing up. Holly prepared and loaded a king size quilt on a long arm, making a fall colored confetti star quilt. So that sounds pretty. Dolores Phelps is working on a Borgello quilt. Had to pick out 20 plus rows that had been sewed together incorrectly. Oh my gosh, that would be horrible. I had I had put on my H block quilt, I'm going to show you, you don't put a sashing strip at top and bottom because you're going to put an outside border on it. And I put one on the bottom. Went and sewed the left border and the sashing piece because I quilted vertical, and I pieced vertical instead of horizontal. So I had went and put the left border piece and the first long sashing strip on the sides and made it fit. And I thought, this is so weird that these blocks are this big. I measured all of this. I squared everything up. Well, I had an extra inch, and that inch made a big difference. Even though it was a long row, it made a big difference. And so I had to rip all of that out just so I could unstretch what I had stretched to make it fit. So a pain in the butt to take out so much stitching. And she says color is going in and out. Sorry, I don't know. It's like my screensaver or something wants to come on. So thank you all. That's what I was worried about. And then it says brightness is going in and out, Miss T. And this is a phone that I don't even use. I had bought like an interim phone until I had got my regular phone. And so that's what this is. So I'm sorry about the reception today, but we'll get it figured out for the next one. But it's like every time I move, I feel like the screen is doing something weird. It's like a little bit dark and then come back brighter. So it's just very strange. So thank you all for letting me know that. Thanks, Joe Cormel saying pretty, very pretty tea, very pretty blocks. Melissa says they're still saying the light, and then people are saying it's pretty. Uh, okay, and it's not doing it for Lana who has an iPhone, and I'm recording on instead of iPad because I didn't get it charged. I'm recording on my Samsung. I don't even know what the S this is. What Samsung S what? I don't even know because I don't use it like that. So, but yeah. Hi, Linda Denton. Welcome, welcome. A lot of people saying the blocks are pretty, so thank you. Diane says, I'm still working on the 2022 Bonnie Hunter Mystery Quilt. Then I went and bought the book for what you are currently working on, but it says to use paper stuff within the blocks, and I don't do paper. That's for the option, the second block, the string blocks. If you watch my videos, I show you how to use paper and not really use paper. And you'll have to go back and look and see when I was doing some string piecing. And it's all neutral, should be in the thumbnail. And I can't remember. It could be I don't know, earlier this year, I would say, or either late December. So start back there, late December. But I show you how to use paper and not really use paper because I hate tearing all the paper off too. Kevin was at Scrap Club today tearing off his papers. So I don't like it. All right, let's show you the H block quilt. Remember, these blocks is blocks that I swapped, and you're not going to be able to see hardly any of this, so I'm going to apologize ahead of time. But I made sets of H blocks that we swapped with members of our guild. The requirement was that they were just all batik fabrics, a light and a dark. A light didn't have to be a light background. It could be anything you wanted. And I still got like maybe 2 or 3 blocks that people don't recognize what is a batik and what is not a batik. So that's, still an issue. Education. One of them was a fossil fern, so I thought that was really, really pretty. And I'm noticing every time I move or do something, pull stuff up, the screen changes. See? Isn't that weird? It is so weird. But so I'm just showing you like a quarter of my H blocks. A lot of people put them together where they didn't use sashing. I use sashing because some blocks, I tried to square everything up to 6.5. Some of them were larger, some of them were smaller. And if they were smaller, then I used the sashing so I could help block everything. So that's one way of trying to get things to fit when they don't fit. If I would have just turned them and made H and what I would consider I blocks, if I turn it this way, because people turn them alternating without the sashing, I felt like it was going to be more of a challenge to put together. Plus, I wanted mine to read H's for John Lewis, the quilt that he has, where he's wrapped up in the bed. And I just can't decide yet if I want to put another border on the outside here. Again, we took pictures today at Scrap Club, so I'll upload a photo into the Facebook group. So if you want to give your opinion, you can give it there on whether I should put some kind of border on here or just leave it like it is. But I do like the quilt. I like how it turned out. I tried to do not rainbow color order, but I tried to put all light colors together so that they were grouped together instead of trying to not have, because I had a whole lot of brown blocks for some reason, which was weird. I had more brown blocks than any other color. And so I was trying to make sure that I wouldn't get to a spot where I was trying to randomly lay them out and then I had 5 or 6 brown blocks in a spot and I couldn't move them anywhere because of the other ones that I had lack of color of. So I just started grouping them kind of all together and just left it like that. So that's what's going on with that. And see who else has come in. Claudette's loading a baby quilt on the long arm, so that's cool, cool. Um, T. Roberts is here saying her rent's paid. Thank you, thank you. And Diane saying thank you. I found the video. My pleasure. Yeah, because I show you, and I'm real, because I don't like ripping paper off of paper piecing. And Kevin says that tearing the papers off of him is therapeutic. I know I'm weird. I hate it. And it's easy to do on string blocks, but when you start doing it on other stuff, I really hate it because you got other lines going across it and stuff. But that's he had his papers coming off so nice and neat. My stuff be all over the place when I'm tearing paper off. So it was just funny to sit there and watch him tear the paper off. People says I like the H blocks, very pretty blocks. Hi, Maritza's joining craft. Welcome to the chat. Teresa Forster is here. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up. We'll have to finish watching the upload later. Very sleepy. Good night. That's from Judy. Good night, Judy. Thank you. Thank you. French Seams is here. Talking to Kevin. So, yeah. So, we're going to go ahead and sew these side pieces on. I already had these particular things done. Next time, we've got to make these for the last set of 5. So I've made 20 blocks. Tonight will be 25. And then I need to make 5 more sets of sashing. So 5 times, I need over 100 half square triangles pieced, because yeah. So that's where we're going to be next. So I guess I can let this iron start to warm up now. I may not get it before it cut off, but you know, it won't be a fresh cold start. Minnie saying she was working on a magic block and I was off a little 1/4 inch seam. I think it was because I sewed on 2 different machines and my triangle border doesn't fit. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we were talking about that at Scrap Club. I said different machines have a different 1/4 inch, and it sounds really crazy because sometimes if you're using the 1/4 inch foot, it can be a little bit different. Some of them are made for a full 1/4 inch, which is what I tend to sew, especially if I die cut, because that's what they tell you to use if you're die cutting. And then you have other ones that it's at a scant, so you have to be really careful. Trying to wave my hand to get the screen to lighten up. I don't know what's up with that. It's like every time I move or don't move, it's like when I don't move, I think it's like the screensaver trying to come on, and then I move and then it does something else. So I don't know. And this is my first time recording on this particular phone. I normally would use my other phone, and I don't remember having a problem like that, but my other phone was only at 30%. So this phone was at 100 because it was sitting on the charger. So that's why I chose that one. All right, so we got some cutting to do. Dorsey says, I wonder if T need to put in a light bulb. No, it's the screen. I'm seeing it on the screen. It's not a light bulb, girl. It's just, me and my technical difficulties. They seem to find me no matter what device I use at this point. And like I said, I've never used this phone before. So there's nothing I can do about it other than getting out. And I got this one on the charger, but it's only at 16%. I would have to get all the way out. I can't like switch from one device to the next once I've gone live. It doesn't work that way. All right. Turn this over and go down the other side. I like using the fold and so right next to the paper, if you know what I mean. Yeah. And that's how I do with freezer paper. I do that freezer paper foundation that way. You can fold because the rest of it will stick to the freezer paper when you press it, and then you're sewing right next to the fold on the paper. And that I'm sure works on other foundation piecing too. But I hate I'll sew one line just to hold it to the paper, and then after that I don't sew anymore, especially on string projects. And after straight strings, I don't sew any paper because I can starch the thing before I cut it. I don't care if they're straight or not. I'll just starch the heck out of it once I get it done before I cut it to the actual size I need for the project. But these were made diagonal. And so you do need a piece of paper so you know you got enough coverage, because it's hard to have coverage going diagonal anyway. You look up and you short a little bit here and there. So yeah, you do need a piece of paper for a guide. But I don't sew through all of it. I got all of those blocks made. I need these blocks made, and then I can start putting the center together. And then there is a piece border too, which needs to be sewed. We don't want to talk about that right now. I got to figure out 5 more blocks because I don't even understand. I have pieces to make 3, but I'm short pieces for 2 of the blocks and don't know what's up with that. It's like, I think I must have been making half square triangles somewhere, like chain piecing, and then I don't know where they are. They're attached with some other project. So Francis is asking if I have given any thought on layout for the optional blocks. Just asking. I never promised that I was going to have a layout for optional blocks. They were just optional blocks that I was giving out that you could do one block or all, make a whole quilt out of. So because I promised it in 2023 and I didn't have time to do it. I still don't even have my blocks put together. So I definitely did not promise it for 2024 because I didn't even follow through in 2023. So in answer to that, the answer would be no. Sorry, I don't. Brenda says, I need to start on my retreat squares. Forgot what size already. They're 4-inch finish, 4.5 inches edge to edge. And I'm going to be, when I get my first newsletter put out, that's going to be information that's going to be put in there. Like if you're cutting it or if you're going to use AccuQuilt, I will be giving you that information. You can also paper piece them if you want. I think Sharon paper pieced hers. Ugh. I twisted this really tight. Trying to make sure it didn't leak in here. Okay. So that's part of the thing, trying to make sure we get some kind of formal system so people can get what they need. Kevin talking about, y'all see that Bernie is back? Back again, right? Because she was back, and then I got some other machines out the shop. But she's sewing so good now that I've had, magic hands on her that I want to sew on her. Plus, she takes care of all of my bells and whistles. And she has a large bobbin. So, yeah, I'm using my knee lift, which the FOF had. I did figure out how to use that knee lift. It was like I had to jam it in there. And it's like, this is not normal. I feel like I'm going to tear this thing up. So, but yeah, I got to take this last one off of here. I'm going to miss. Let me just press this one side so my iron doesn't cut off. Because, I get to read in the chat and forget that I got the iron heated up over here. Nice and hot. I've got some brown paper from packaging if anybody wants them. Girl, by the time you mail it to them, they've been on winning and bought some. But if you got somebody local, that's wonderful. I keep packaging. I keep the paper off warm and natural batting. That's what I used for my Bonnie Hunter things. I don't know what she recommended, but that's what I use. I just cut my squares off my warm and natural because I knew I wasn't going to be sewing through it, so I didn't care how thick it was. I was only going to be sewing a line or two through it. And I'm only sewing 2 lines if I forget, But yeah, let me take this off so I can press them all. I just got this little string thing here I'm sewing on. Since I got all these little cut pieces hanging around the room. Then I don't have to cut my thread. And everything can be pressed at the same time. Okay. And Darcy says, I wonder if T needs a new light bulb. No, it's not the light bulb. It is the camera. Every light bulb in here, I would see it if it was the light bulb. I only see it when I'm looking in the screen. And the only reason I see it when I'm looking in the screen is because I'm looking at it. If I'm not looking at the screen, I don't even know what's doing it. So, yep, it is not no light bulbs. All my light bulbs are steady. I got I got a ceiling fan that has 4 bulbs that are LEDs. And then I took one of those bulbs out and put something that has 5 bulbs LED right over me right here. And then, so that's 8 lights up there. 9, 10, and then I got a side light here. I got 11 lights. Not a one of them are flashing. And I may have to cut my ceiling fan on because I'm turning sideways. Can't get to the fan. I got blowing to my face. So let's do that. Put it on medium. All right. So I'm just basically sewed the 2 side sashings on here. And the funny thing is that I told you all that I got stuck. I've got stuck chat comments on here as well. So I don't know what's up with all of that. I've never used this before. Comments are just sitting there stuck. Now it went away this time once I touched the screen, okay? We'll see if that had anything to do with it. I seriously doubt it. But nope, because I just saw it do it again. Every time I move, it happens. So it's not a bulb. I got plenty of light bulbs. Right, and Kevin says it looked like it's trying to adjust light for some reason. So, and I don't know if I can change the settings on that. Hold on, let me pull it up here. Y'all finna get bounced around. Because it is irritating. I'm gonna go over here. Y'all might go into pause mode, so just a minute. Because I'm gonna try to go into camera settings. Same. And it won't let me into anything. No, I'm just scared I'm gonna lose you guys. Hold on.